All right, moving on. Does the win against the Knights release the pressure on the Roosters?
Look, I don't think there is any pressure on the Roosters. I mean, 6 weeks ago, I said Parramatta had gone. I thought they were absolutely gone. Now they're coming fourth. The Roosters have won 7 games. I think you win 3 or 4 games in this competition. It's so tight. You're all of a sudden well and truly in the top 8. So I don't think there's any pressure on the Roosters internally anyway. There's talk externally about them. And look, they are looking the best at the moment, but they had a win on the weekend, which is what they need. So that'll release a little bit of pressure internally for this week anyway. And I think they've got the quality of player there that can turn it around pretty quickly. So as I said, they win 2 or 3 games in a row, they'll be back in the top 8. So I don't think there's a lot of pressure on them.
I take your point about the ladder, Gal, but they're playing nowhere near the expectation of a club with that roster.
But mate, they're still on 7 games.
That's true. Remember who's playing at the moment. They're missing a number of players.
They are taking. But even before that, when Brandon Smith was on the field, when Sam Walker was on the field, they were playing nowhere near the potential that they could display. And I take your point about the ladder. You're right. I think they're. What are they? 2 wins behind. They're 2 wins behind Penrith in second,
yeah,
right?
That's what I mean. So the ladder is so tight. Anyone in the top first 13 teams can win 2 or 3 in a row. You're back in the top 8.
What are they going to do in the halves now? Like Kiri's going to be out for an extended period at the moment. Joey Manu clearly had an enormous game yesterday at fullback. That's his position. He has to go back to 5'8".
Did Walker play yesterday?
No, he's still injured.
Walker come back
he's
in the
side.
side.
Off.
Walker's injured too, is he?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the win papered over some cracks. I think people talking about external noise. I think internally there's some issues at that club. I spoke to quite a few people at the Roosters this week, and I don't think they're a particularly happy club. Despite the fact that they're on the edge of the 8, I think there's some deeper fundamental issues there that needs to be dealt with. And I think, as it was explained to me, there's issues with what they do with Swaley, what's going on with Walker and his future at the club, and I think all those little things that are happening individually. Don't think the drama around what's happening with Lodge has been particularly great, and they just to me don't seem like the Roosters. They all seem to be. There's all these issues bubbling below the surface that need to be resolved. But only, they're still such a strong club. I'm sure they can resolve it.
Are you saying that there are fractions within the club and people who are on different wavelengths?
A little bit, yeah.
And is it all those issues that... Because there have been quite a number of big things that have happened to the club with Joseph Swaley departing and whether...
That's a case in point. Do they keep him next year, or do they get rid of him at the end of this year? I think that's causing a lot of consternation internally at the club.
And also the Sam Walker situation?
Well, whether, there's been agitation about him and his family and whether he gets released and whether he should go somewhere else. They'll say no, but that's a factor as well. I think the main thing that Trent Robinson's trying to keep a handle on is just the noise around that club that's coming out of that club. And that's an issue for him for the rest of the season.
So much is expected. With that roster they have, so much is expected. So they can understand the noise externally, but... As I said, I just think they win a few games in a row, they'll find the cohesion again, and all of a sudden they're back in the top 8. Whether they can do that or not, it's another thing, because I agree that they're not playing good footy, but it's not hard to turn around these days. You
mentioned before, Gal, about the Roosters and taking those strong stances, what they did with Jason Ryles. Is that something that they should be looking at to do with Swaley as well then?
Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, I've got no problem with Swaley. I mean, I agree with Gus's point that every time we talk about him, we're promoting another code or promoting another sport. I haven't watched enough of the Roosters lately to see exactly how he's playing or what he's doing, but if he's fitting in that team and doing his job for that team and playing well, and there's no reason to get rid of him, I don't think. I think he's done the right way. He hasn't gone in and asked for a release and tried to get out. He's done it openly and told everyone what's happening. So if he's playing good enough footy, I don't see why he can't stay there. Whether they want him there or not, I don't know.
The club's issue is not with Joey, it's with his management.
Yes, yeah.
And how they went about business.
Oh, I thought they went around the business okay. Everything was pretty open.
Although... I'm saying no. I'm pretty sure though his management were telling the Roosters that he was staying and a deal's about to be done right up to the moment when he wasn't. Funny that.
Right, okay. But I know what you mean. You're saying it's a different situation to, say, the Ben Hunt situation where Swaley is going to remain until the end of his contract.
He's going to honour his contract at the Roosters. He hasn't tried to walk away from him. That's my point.
All right.